Welcome and thank you for joining us for the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. We're talking about fatherhood tonight. The calling isn't for everyone, clearly. There's all kinds of struggles in that fatherhood, but the job also has its rewards as well. My guests all hold the title of Dear Old Dad. Joining me now here on The Factor Uncensored, Demetrius Walker, Lewis Hunter, and Jay Bradley. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. So you guys are approaching your big holiday this weekend.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you think you're getting, Jay?
I'm hoping to just get a thank you, man. The Father's Day gifts are trash. Let's just be honest about it. It might be a tie.
Yard tools.
Yeah, something like that. Like, you know, I'm just hoping to get a good thank you and a good hug, man. You know, it's what they say is the number 20th favorite holiday of the year. Right. We're way after Groundhog Day.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's for real. It's for real.
So, Demetrius, for those who are wondering, what do fathers want on Father's Day?
Fathers want sleep. We want to be left alone, honestly.
Nah, don't give us that bull. Tell us what you really want.
What I really want?
In a materialistic, like moms would tell you.
Oh, man, I would love a Lamborghini. And, you know, a nice massage would be nice. You know, that'd be great. And to be left alone, to be honest.
And so, Lewis, when we think about fathers, they're always the second tier, nowhere close to mom. Why do you think that is?
That's where we live. We kind of live in that gray. You know, where we can do the things that we need to do to get our kids to where they need to be in life, teach them very valuable lessons, but we also don't have to play that emotional, you know, side. You know, we can kind of be very straight to the point, very logical, and it comes across mean at first, but as kids get older, and I'm learning this now, you know, my oldest is 28, but I'm learning that they remember some of those tough lessons, you know, that you gave them, and you have to be hard on children. You know, you've got to see where they break, and then have them surpass that.
Jay, would you agree?
You know,
but you're dealing with a daughter, right?
I've got a son and a daughter, so I do parent them differently. I'm more gentle with my daughter, and I'm very much, you know, I'm holding the boundaries for my son differently, because as young men, we need that. You know, what you don't want to do is them not have boundaries and then have law enforcement giving them boundaries. So I do parent my son different than my daughter, for sure.
And Demetrius, you have custody of your children. You have your kids with you, and you're a single father. Does that make any difference at all?
Oh, yeah, it makes a big difference. You know, it's very difficult at times. You know, I work a lot as an entrepreneur, and so when I'm getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, it doesn't matter. I'm still dad, and I'm still expected to be an ATM a lot of times, and if I'm not an ATM dispensing cash, then I'm another ATM, which is a terrible man. So, you know, it can be difficult.
Yeah.
And Lewis, go ahead.
No, I mean, you know, I was, you know, after my divorce, you know, my boys decided to live with me. They've got a great mother.
How was that moment when they said, we want to live with you?
That was like an old-ish moment for me, you know, because it's like, how am I going to break this, right? You know, how's this going to happen? Because I have a daughter as well, you know, and, you know, obviously, you know, my doors are always open. I do not believe in the word custody for children, you know, but there comes a point, particularly, I think, in a boy's life, where being with their father has to happen. It's going to benefit them more than anything. I was a strict father, but I was strict in kind of a coach's way. You know, I was the dad that said either you can cut the grass or get your ass whooped and cut the grass. Those are your options. You know what I mean? And so they understood that there was no wiggle room. You know, you're not going to like everything. You're not that special to this world. You know, go out there and do your job, come home. This is where you matter. You know, and I'm glad I did it that way.
And Jay, when you hear, in Lewis's case, they chose to stay with him, but you and your ex-wife had an agreement.
Yeah.
So would you have liked for them to say, let's stay with dad, or you feel like they're better with their mom?
You know what? It's whatever parent can provide what they need at the time. So I feel like with my daughter, when she was younger, then she needed her mom. She needed that softness, that gentleness. Now she could come live with me and it'll be perfectly fine. That's my buddy. Like that's, you know, we kick it, we hang out. We look forward to time and just talking to each other.
Do you make it easier for her than mom, or?
There's probably some breaks that she gets because usually when she's with me, it's just me and I'll leave her alone. She can tell me, Dad, I want the house for a few hours. All right, cool. Let me know when I can come back. You know, I give her that. Yeah, she's 16, man.
And girls are different. Girls are different.
Now, with my son, he probably burned the house down 3 times by the time I got back. But my daughter, she's responsible, man. She's going to do her part. She's about to go to college. She needs to learn that independence now rather than later on. So, yeah, it's definitely different.
And Demetrius, how important is it to prepare them for the future? He says his daughter's going to college soon. Preparing them for the future, life without you.
Oh, it's very important because, you know, you see the new generation, these Generation Z or whatever they're calling them now, they staying at home till they 30, 35 years old, man. And I told my son, that's not going to be me. You got to start getting prepared now to have a career because, hey, you out the house at 18. That's it.
Except for daughters. My daughter that was the hardest for me, you know, because I did not know how to kick it down. You know, I try to treat them all the same, and that toughness doesn't work on girls as well. But you still try to give it to them because you know that toughness they're going to need, you know. And I think that my daughter, hopefully, she understands now that she did need that, you know, and that helps her now more than the emotional coddling that I think a lot of mothers instinctively give to their children.
All right. We want to thank all these fathers and congratulate them on getting their barbecue kits over the weekend. Still ahead here.